Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in. It's nice to have you with us. Today, our audience, oddly enough, is divided into three sections, banana, blue, and red. And if you'll stick with us a moment, we're going to meet the people that's going to win the money for them. Here they come now. Winning money for the blue section, Mr. Gene Barry and his wife, Betty. It's nice to have you both with us. Betty, how are you?
Thank you, fine.
You ready
I'm
to
wearing
go?
blue for good luck.
Okay. Well, we'll hope the blue section hopes it's good luck, too. Winning money for the banana section. He's been bananas for a long time, I can tell you that. Mr. Donald Ross and his wife, Patty Deutsch. Is there some particular significance while you're Simonizing the top of her head like that?
No, but I don't think she's had her hair washed this week, so I'm...
I see. You're helping her out. I understand. Patty, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Winning money for the red section, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ward Donovan and his wife, Phyllis Diller. Phyllis, I can see just barely that you're in red for the red section. That looks lovely. And Ward, you've got the touch of red on. You have a red tie. That's an unusual tie. What kind of a tie is that?
But it's macrame.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all
How
hand
about
knotted.
that? That's beautiful. I knew. Well, let's see. Let's show you shoes. He's got on shoes to match too. Shoes and socks to match. Okay.
That's our good luck.
With that kind of dedication, the red
What is
section.
this, chopped liver?
Never mind. No, don't clap. You don't understand. He thinks that's yellow he has on. He misses the whole point. Here's the first question coming up right now. Fellas, you ready? Ladies, are you ready? It's addressed to you. It's worth $150. This is it. Ladies, there's a power failure. So the two of you are stranded in a town. That's what I meant to say. The two of you are stranded in town and must stay at a hotel. Because of the shortage of rooms, you have to share yours with a third person. There are 2 beds in the room, so that's no problem. But
Can we take notes?
Wait a minute. But who would you choose to be your roommate for the night? A man or a woman? Okay?
Would you mind repeating that, sir?
No, I wouldn't mind at all. I'd like to hear it again myself.
Yeah.
There's a power failure, so the two of you are stranded in town and must stay at a hotel. Because of the shortage of rooms, you have to share yours with a third person. There are 2 beds in the room, so that's no problem, but who would you choose to be your roommate for the night? A man or a woman? Okay, everybody got it? Think about it, ladies, and we'll come back in a moment.
Who would the lady choose?
Well, yes, we're asking the lady. It's the 2 of you are there, but we are asking the lady.
Right.
So let's see what choice she would go with, huh? Let me rephrase that. Let's see who she would pick, okay? Gene, what do you think? Which would Betty rather have in the room with you? A man or a woman?
Oh, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to answer this?
No, you don't have to, but the blue section will probably beat the devil out of you if you don't.
Can I take the 5th? Let's see. I would say that Betty would prefer...
Yes?
All right, let's say he was in another bed or she was in another bed.
Right, that's right.
Right. I'd be sleeping with my wife, right?
Yes, right.
In one bed.
Uh-huh.
Now, how would she feel more comfortable? Would she feel comfortable with a lady sleeping there or a man?
Mm-hmm. Now you've got the whole problem
right.
there.
Well, could the man be related?
Not unless you're extraordinarily lucky. No.
I think she'd be more comfortable with a man.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, that's what I think.
And there's 3 girls in the front row going, yeah, right. You'll say that Betty will say she'd be more comfortable with a man in the room.
I can't swear it.
Okay. Let's bring on Betty. Betty, who would you rather have as a roommate for the night, a man or a woman?
A woman.
So I told you I was right.
You had a 50-50 chance at it there, Gene. I'm sorry, Gene said a man.
Oh, God.
Is what he said. Sorry, no share there, darling. Thank you. Donald, how about Patty? What's she going to say?
Patty talks in her sleep.
Uh-huh.
And I know she has peculiar fantasies.
Yes.
Involving numbers of people, a trampoline, and 2 watermelons. Now, putting all this together, I think she'd rather have a woman there.
Oh, really? That complicates the fantasy even more, doesn't it? All right, you're going to say that she will say she'd rather have a woman.
Yes.
All right. No banana section? Oh, I heard a few dissident voices. Let's bring on Patty. Shh. Patty, who would you rather have as a roommate, the man or a woman?
Oh, Bert.
No, not me. I can't be there.
Oh.
No, that's not the answer.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't trust Donald for a minute. I'd want another fella in the room.
Right. Wrong. So far, the 2 fellas have been wrong very nicely.
Gene and I are going to the hotel together.
Okay. Sorry, Patty, no share there. Ward, how about Phyllis? Now, you've got a chance to get the whole $150 here for the red section.
That's a very easy question for me to answer about Phyllis because she never gets another chance at any men because I'm always around.
Right.
So she's bound to say she wants
She wants the
another.
guy there, huh? All right.
All right?
The red section says yes. All right, let's bring her on and find out. Phyllis, who would you really rather have as a roommate for the night, the man or the woman?
A man.
That's what he said. You're right. You are not only right, Phyllis, you're the only one that was right. You get the whole $150, and we'll come back in just a moment to see who's going to get the rest of all the other $150. Please come back, too, won't you? We are back. Second question coming up, and this is it. Ladies, it's addressed to you. This one is worth $150. Phyllis and Ward have all the money at this point, but we'll get it, won't we? Girls, for a role in a recent movie, Juliet Mills had to put on 25 pounds. I remember the film. If you were offered such a role, would you put on the 25 pounds and take the job? If you were offered a role, as Juliet Mills was, and you had to gain 25 pounds to play that part, would you take the job? Think about that. Ladies, we'll come back in a moment. Boy, their faces reveal nothing. I can't see how they're going at all with this. Gene, what would Betty do you think? Would she gain 25?
Oh, I think Betty, as an actress, she would figure that her art comes before her physical self, and she would go for putting on the weight. Yeah.
How would she do it? Eat a lot, huh?
She'd have to. Yeah. I guess so. I mean, unless you put a big pillow in there or something.
No.
I mean,
Gotta gain the... I remember when Juliet was preparing for the film, and she was having a field day.
I've helped her
Spaghetti.
get heavy once or twice during...
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're driving at. All right, let's bring on Betty. Betty, would you put on the 25 pounds for the movie role if you wanted to take that job, or would you not?
I couldn't gain 25 pounds. I can't gain weight.
Was that your answer?
No, what I mean is I would do anything for any part. But I don't think I could gain 25 pounds. I don't know how to give an answer. But if I could gain the 25 pounds, I would. I'd shave my head, too.
All right. The man says that's exactly right, and you're absolutely right, and you have a share of the pot. Yes, you know, that's a good consideration, because some people would find that very difficult, I would imagine.
Well, I knew that. I knew that she couldn't put on the 25 pounds, but I also felt that if she could, she would.
She would.
She'd put a part. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Betty. Donald, how about Patty?
I think Patty would put on the 25 pounds just at the chance of an audition for the part. The girl likes to get out of the house in the morning and do things. When they had that picture, the 250-pound dummy,
Yes.
she tried to get the part, even though they got a football player. She didn't care. She woke up in the morning, cranky as usual,
Yes.
and ate a box of spaghetti just to go down there.
The 250-pound dummy?
Yeah, that picture with the football player?
I don't remember
Sure.
that.
Aren't you in show
yes,
business?
I remember it
Yeah.
now. I know. So you're going to say she'll say
sure.
yes.
In a second.
All right, let's bring her on. Find out.
Yes.
Patty, would you try to gain the 25 pounds for the movie and take the job, or would you not?
I'd try to gain it.
What the man said. Would you have trouble gaining it, or would you not have trouble?
I would probably be really hard unless I got pregnant real fast.
Yes. That's what...
This is no time to bring up
No.
stuff like that. Yeah. It's a family show, not a soap opera.
All right, you have a share of the pot, too, Patty. Ward, how about Phyllis? What's she going to say?
Well, I'm going to be very unchivalrous and say she's already gained the 25 pounds.
She's got the job, right?
She got the job.
But what if she had to gain 25 more?
She'd do it.
She would? You'd say yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Could she do it, too? I mean, could she put on 25?
I think she could. Oh, yes.
So? Oh, yes. He said yes about every way you can, hasn't he? Okay, let's bring on Phyllis. Phyllis, would you put on the 25 pounds for the movie job?
No.
He said you would. He said some other things, too, that we won't go into.
And you who love to eat 20 times a day.
I know, but I, who are going to spend 2 weeks at a fat farm.
You who are would not do that, and you who are would not share in this pot either, because the blue and the yellow section split that pot in half. And it is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. We will change places. If you will step to the rear. Ladies, you come on out here while we are changing places. We're going to break away for just a minute, so please come back. Back. We have changed places. I have the ladies out here with me. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Bert.
Nice to have you out here with us. Fellas, you ready to go back there?
Yes, Bert.
Okay, here comes the first question worth $150, and this is it. Men, you're at a show in Las Vegas, sitting at ringside, and Don Rickles spots you. What would he be most likely to insult you about? Don Rickles spots you ringside in Las Vegas. What would he be most likely to insult you about? Okay? Think about Don, and then come back and tell us what it's going to be. Bye, fellas. Betty, what will Gene say that Don Rickles would pick on, do you think?
Oh, God, he picks on everything
yes,
about
he does.
Gene. He really does.
Oh, he does,
He
huh?
loves to see Gene in the audience because he starts with the look at the cowboy and the well-dressed thing.
Yes, right.
Those are the things he picks on mostly.
So now you gotta pick one. What would he be most likely to insult you about?
His clothes.
Clothes, you think so? Yeah, because he has a reputation as some snappy
I know,
dresser.
he starts on that, but he has other things he likes too.
Really? Want to tell us one or two of them?
Not really.
Not really?
Not for national television.
Okay, so you'll say the way he dresses is the first thing he'd be most likely to pick on, huh? What would he be most likely to insult you about? It's insult is the word now.
Yeah.
You want to stay with that?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, let's bring him on. Gene, here you are, you're ringside. Rickles is on the floor. He spots you in the audience. He comes over and he starts on you. What is he most likely to insult you about?
Well, I think he'd probably work on the image that I have managed to portray so many years on television, the well-dressed, the elegant kind of
That's what she said. You're right.
That's it. Honey, you were wonderful.
Right on the button, Gene.
You were on.
Very well said. And you have a share of the pot, and you are a snappy dresser, too. I've noticed that for a long time.
except in this round.
Okay. Thank you, Gene. Patty, how about Donald? What would he pick on Donald for?
Well, after first calling him a hockey puck, he could pick on him about his clothes, but for a different reason.
Yes.
I think he'd probably go for the cigar.
You think so, huh? That big cigar he smokes?
Yeah.
Yeah? No.
Have you seen the size of that? It's not a pretty sight.
No. No, it looks like a bedpost stuck in his mouth. Okay, you'll say he picks on the cigar, huh?
I would think so.
Okay, let's bring on Donald and find out. All right, Fast Donald. There's Don Rickles. He spots you on the stage. He walks up and he says, "Hello there, Donald." And what would he start on you with?
Who's Don Rickles? A Jewish man? Someone I should know?
Donald.
Oh, I'm only kidding.
Oh.
Who are you, Bert?
Donald, I can wipe you off that screen with the click of my finger. Do you know that?
I'm going to take a wild guess that it's my mustache.
Now the yellow section is saying, "Who's Donald Ross?" Aren't you,
Right.
gang?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No,
What?
only his mustache after he set fire to it with his cigar.
Yes.
So he wasn't altogether wrong.
Patty said your cigar, Donald.
I don't always smoke the cigar. I always smoke my mustache.
No,
It's
never
always
mind.
with me.
I'm sorry. No share of the pot there. Phyllis, how about Ward? What would Rickles pick on, do you think?
He would pick on his cape.
I beg your pardon?
His cape, because Ward has this Dracula-like cape that he wears to scare me.
Is that right?
And Rickles is frightened out of his wits over it because he thinks that Ward goes for throats.
I see. So you're going to say...
His cape.
His cape. Okay.
Very few people wear capes.
No, it's true. And if he
Especially-
gets this, we'll fall down.
Yeah, I guess we would.
He wears a cape, huh? A real cape.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring him on and find out. Ward, what's Don Rickles going to most likely insult you about?
He's going to insult me about my cape.
That's what you said. You're right. You're absolutely right. How incredible. Phyllis and Ward, Benny and Jean split that pot in half. And at this point, the Red Sox with Phyllis and Ward are in the lead. And we'll come back to find out how they do in just a moment. Please come back, please. Hi, we're back. Okay, this question is worth $300, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, anybody can win, too, and that's happened on this show. We've had people with only $50 that have won the last question alone. Here it is. Fellas, you ready? Men, you and your wife are weary, tired, and in bed. Ready for a good night's sleep.
With each other?
You turn off the lights, and what do you hear? Drip, drip, drip. And it's not Donald talking either. The faucet is dripping. You don't know which one of you left it on. Who volunteers to get out of bed and shut it off? Don't give us any indication of an answer now. You just get in bed, you're weary, you're bone tired. You hear the drip of a faucet. One of you left it on, you don't know which one. Who volunteers to get out of bed and shut it off? We'll come back, fellas, and find out in a moment. All right, Betty. Must have happened.
Similar things have happened, but we're usually too busy to hear it.
I see.
But if we did happen to hear it,
Yes.
just like I'm mean in the morning,
Yes.
I'm mean when I'm half asleep. I hate to get up for anything.
So he...
The only thing gets me up is when the baby cries.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then he gets up ahead of me, too, beats me to the door. No, he would get up.
He would get up.
Yeah.
Isn't he sweet?
Yeah.
That's nice.
He is.
That's very nice.
He's a nice guy.
Yes, he is.
Good to me.
Yes. All right. Let's bring on
I
Jean.
don't mind.
Jean, there's the dripping, driving you both crazy. Who would volunteer to get up and shut it off?
Well, since I fall asleep faster, I would say... Well, can I start all over?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say that Betty is the drip fixer in our house.
She said it the other way around, sir.
But you said we both heard the dripping.
Yes, you both hear the dripping,
He's
dripping, but who would
assuming
volunteer?
He's asleep.
No. Who would volunteer to get up and shut it off?
Oh, then can I do that over?
No, I'm sorry, Gene. I thought I made it clear. No share there, Patty. How about Donald? Who would volunteer to get up and shut it off?
Well,
See, that's why you have to.
listen, one time, Donald and I had a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the television set was still on at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was on.
Mm-hmm.
And he had hurt his back. And I was so mean that I just laid there and watched that poor soul try to get out of bed to turn it off. I mean, he had to roll himself on the floor and then drag himself over.
But you weren't going to help him.
No
boy.
way.
Let him do it
So
himself.
he can also fix the drip on the way to the set.
So you say he would volunteer.
I think so.
All right, let's bring him on. Donald, who would volunteer to get up and shut off that drip?
I'm a beautiful human being and a warm person, and I would.
That's what the lady said.
I am a saint.
Not only that, you have a share of the pot, Donald, which is $300 at this point. Phyllis, how about Ward?
Ward would get up and turn it off.
He would?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no question about it.
No question whatever.
Why is that, do you think?
Because he can hear it.
Okay, that's plenty good enough for me. I'll buy that. Let's bring on Ward. Ward, who would get up and who volunteered to get up and turn that drip off?
Little old me.
That's what the lady said. And you are right. And the banana section is right, too, so you split the $300 between you. And that signal means time is up. The red section wins with Phyllis and Ward. We shall return and find out how much they've won. Please come back, too, won't you? We are back. Congratulations to our winners, the red section. Phyllis and Ward have won $375. We add $1,000 to that for a total of $1,375 for the red section. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for tuning in. Bert Convy saying, see you next time, gang. Bye-bye.
This is Jack Clark speaking for Tattletale, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.